Chosen one, it's time to tell you everything. Chosen one, pause for a moment and lean closer to these words, because something gentle yet powerful is unfolding right now, and missing even a small part of it may cause your heart to overlook a blessing that heaven prepared for you long before this day arrived. There are moments when God softly pulls a soul aside and begins to reveal things that were hidden through many seasons of waiting, and this is one of those moments where quiet truth is about to settle deep within your spirit. If these words already feel warm and familiar to your heart, take a moment and type 1212 in the comments as a small declaration of faith that you believe God is guiding your path with loving hands. There are many voices in the world, many distractions and rushing winds that try to scatter attention, yet the voice of God arrives differently, carrying peace that gently fills the space around your thoughts and slowly calms the worries that have lived inside your chest. The reason this moment feels important is because heaven often chooses quiet moments to speak the loudest truths, revealing things that were once confusing but now begin to make sense under the soft light of God's love. If your heart already feels that peaceful pull toward faith, take a moment and type 1111 in the comments as a simple sign that you trust the direction God is guiding your life toward. Chosen one, before these words continue, there is one small favor that truly helps this light reach more hearts that may be quietly waiting for comfort. So, gently press the like button if these words begin to warm your spirit and remind you that God is still working in beautiful ways that many people cannot yet see. The truth God wants you to understand is not something loud or dramatic like the world often expects, because His ways are peaceful and steady, like the calm sunrise that slowly brightens the sky without noise or struggle. For a long time you may have wondered why certain roads in your life felt lonely, or why some seasons seemed heavier than others. Yet heaven was quietly shaping your heart during those moments, with patience that only divine love can hold. Jesus often works through the quiet shaping of the soul rather than sudden noise, guiding hearts through lessons that gently prepare them for something meaningful ahead. The path you walked through difficulty was not punishment or abandonment, but preparation, carried by the loving hands of God, who never left your side even when silence surrounded your prayers. There were nights when your thoughts felt crowded with uncertainty, and there were days when it seemed like your efforts disappeared into invisible spaces where no reward appeared. Yet God was watching every step, every small act of kindness, every moment when you chose hope instead of bitterness, and those moments slowly built something beautiful within your spirit. Chosen one, heaven does not forget faithful hearts, and the love of Christ quietly keeps record of every time you stood again after feeling weary. The world may measure value by success and attention, but God measures the heart through humility, patience, and the willingness to continue walking with faith even when answers seem distant. This is the reason these words arrive today with gentle urgency, because a deeper understanding is beginning to unfold for those who have quietly remained faithful. The hidden work of God inside your life has been growing beneath the surface like seeds beneath soil, and the time is slowly approaching when those seeds will begin to rise toward the light. Jesus often spoke through simple images of growth, because spiritual change rarely happens all at once. Just like a tree grows strong roots before its branches reach toward the sky, your life has been developing strength in ways that were invisible to the eyes of others around you. There were moments when people misunderstood your silence or questioned your path, yet your heart continued moving quietly with faith that God understood what others could not see. Heaven recognizes that quiet faith, and that faith is far more powerful than loud confidence that fades quickly when storms appear. The love of Christ moves gently through hearts that remain open, and his presence brings calm, clarity that slowly replaces confusion. Many people spend years searching for meaning through the noise of the world, yet the chosen soul often discovers that peace grows through simple trust and steady belief. God does not rush his work, because every step he takes in a life is careful and filled with purpose. Even the delays that once felt frustrating were protecting you from paths that would not have served your future. Now, something deeper is beginning to unfold inside your journey. The quiet shaping of your heart has prepared you to understand things that others might overlook. The compassion you carry, the patience you developed, and the hope you kept alive during difficult seasons have all become part of a spiritual strength that God lovingly built within you. Jesus never promised that the road would always feel easy, but he promised that his presence would walk beside those who trust him. When a soul chooses to keep faith alive, even when the road feels uncertain, heaven begins to weave that faith into something powerful that touches many lives beyond what the person can see. Chosen one, the reason these words carry warmth and clarity is because they come from the simple truth that God never wastes a single moment in the life of someone who trusts him. Even the seasons of waiting were shaping your understanding, so that when the right moment arrives, you will recognize the goodness of God with deeper gratitude and peace. There is a quiet strength growing within you that cannot be measured by the world's standards. It is the strength of a heart that has learned to lean on God instead of leaning on temporary things that fade quickly. A 7-second brainwave approach, previously limited to elite groups and stored in classified files, is now available to everyone, and many call it the 30-second miracle. Researchers claim it stimulates a dormant brain center associated with prosperity and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it is removed from the internet again. As this journey continues to unfold, more understanding will gently rise within your spirit, bringing clarity about moments that once seemed confusing. The love of Christ has been surrounding your life far longer than you realized, guiding unseen details and opening doors at the perfect time. The truth is slowly being revealed, not to overwhelm you, but to comfort your heart and remind you that your life has always been held within the loving plan of God. The road ahead carries hope that is deeper than temporary happiness, because it grows from faith that has already survived many storms. The quiet unfolding of truth continues like the slow opening of morning light, spreading warmth across the parts of your life that once felt hidden in shadows of confusion and waiting. God has always known the weight your heart carried through certain seasons, yet he also knew the strength that would quietly grow within you through every step you continued taking with faith. The path that once seemed uncertain was never empty or abandoned, because the presence of Jesus walked beside you with a calm love that remained steady even when circumstances appeared unpredictable. Many people believe that spiritual purpose arrives suddenly with loud signs and dramatic moments, yet the ways of heaven often move gently through ordinary days where quiet faith slowly becomes something powerful. The patience you showed during seasons of silence created space for deeper understanding to form inside your spirit, and that understanding now begins to feel clearer than ever before. The journey you walked shaped your heart into a place where compassion and humility now live together with strength, creating a spirit that carries peace wherever it goes. There were moments when you wondered why your life seemed slower than the lives of others who appeared to move ahead without struggle. God saw those moments clearly and held them carefully, because comparison often hides the beautiful work that heaven is doing quietly within a faithful soul. While the world rushed forward searching for recognition and approval, your path was being prepared through lessons that build a lasting foundation rather than temporary attention. Jesus often teaches hearts through simple experiences that grow into wisdom over time, allowing understanding to settle deeply rather than passing quickly like shallow inspiration. The lessons you learn through patience and endurance now become part of the light you carry, guiding others who may one day walk through similar valleys of uncertainty. Your story holds quiet strength because it was shaped through perseverance rather than ease, and heaven values that strength more than any loud success that fades with time. There is a reason why your spirit often felt drawn toward kindness and compassion, even during moments when life felt difficult. God planted those qualities within your heart long ago, knowing that the world needs gentle souls who reflect the love of Christ through simple actions and steady faith. The kindness you offered others during your own struggles was never unnoticed by heaven, and those moments created ripples of grace that continue spreading farther than you may ever see. When Jesus walked among people during his time on earth, he often noticed those who felt overlooked by the world around them. His attention rested on hearts that carried sincerity and humility, because those hearts are open to receiving the deeper peace that God desires to share. The same gentle attention continues today for those who quietly trust him while walking through seasons that feel uncertain. Chosen one, the unfolding of your journey is not about sudden recognition or dramatic change that draws attention from others. It is about the quiet transformation of your heart into a place where hope lives strongly and where the love of God flows naturally through your words and actions. That transformation is far more powerful than anything the world can offer, because it carries the peace of heaven within ordinary life. The seasons you experienced were like careful chapters in a story that God has been writing with patience and wisdom. Each chapter added something meaningful to your spirit, shaping you into someone who understands the value of faith, kindness, and steady trust. Even the difficult moments carried hidden purpose, preparing you for a future where your experiences become a source of encouragement for others. The love of Christ often shines brightest through people who have walked through quiet storms and still chose to hold on to hope. That hope becomes a light that gently guides others who are searching for reassurance during their own struggles. Your life is becoming part of that light, not through loud declarations, but through the peaceful strength that now lives within your heart. Sometimes the greatest work of God happens inside a soul long before it becomes visible in the outside world. Just as seeds grow beneath the soil before reaching sunlight, your spiritual growth has been forming quietly beneath the surface of everyday life. The patience required for that growth created roots that are now strong and steady, allowing your faith to stand firm, regardless of changing circumstances. You may not have noticed how much your spirit has matured through the passing seasons, yet heaven sees the transformation clearly. The doubts that once felt overwhelming have slowly been replaced by calm, trust, and the fears that once whispered uncertainty have begun losing their voice against the steady assurance of God's presence. Jesus continues to guide your heart toward deeper peace by reminding you that true purpose grows from love rather than pressure. The world often measures success through achievements and recognition, but heaven measures life through compassion, faithfulness, and the quiet willingness to reflect God's goodness through daily actions. As this journey unfolds, new understanding will continue rising within your spirit like gentle waves of clarity. The things that once seemed confusing will begin to reveal their meaning, showing how each moment contributed to shaping the person you are becoming today. The love of God has been guiding these moments carefully, ensuring that nothing was wasted or meaningless. The chosen path you walk carries a different rhythm than the fast pace many people follow, yet that rhythm is filled with peace that cannot be found in hurried lives. It is the rhythm of faith that trusts God to open doors at the right time and guide each step with quiet wisdom. What if abundance could be activated from within your own mind through a powerful sound frequency once kept in classified files? Specialists say this signal naturally draws opportunity and financial independence, and many people are already applying it. Click the link in the description and comments now and switch on this hidden brainwave today. Your life continues to grow into something that reflects the compassion of Jesus in ways that may seem simple but carry deep meaning. The warmth you bring into conversations, the patience you show during difficult moments, and the hope you offer others all become small reflections of God's love working through you. Even when you feel ordinary, heaven sees the quiet beauty of a heart that remains faithful and open to God's guidance. That faithfulness creates a life that gently points others toward hope without needing loud recognition or praise. The journey ahead will continue revealing how the presence of Christ has been shaping your story from the very beginning. The lessons you learned through patience and trust will become a source of peace that strengthens you during future moments of change. Chosen one, your life carries meaning that goes far beyond the surface of everyday experiences. The love of God has been weaving purpose through every chapter of your story, preparing you to walk forward with confidence that is rooted in faith rather than circumstances. The quiet work of heaven continues even now, surrounding your path with guidance that gently leads you toward deeper understanding. With every step you take in faith, the presence of Jesus remains beside you, reminding your heart that you were never alone during any moment of your journey. The chosen soul begins to see that God was not silent during those waiting seasons, but was working gently behind the scenes, arranging small details that slowly shaped a stronger and more compassionate spirit. The love of Jesus never left your path, even when circumstances seemed distant or uncertain, because his presence remains steady in ways that human understanding cannot always see immediately. Many people imagine that God reveals everything at once, yet heaven often chooses to unfold truth little by little so the heart can receive it with calm understanding. If everything were revealed suddenly, the beauty of growth and the quiet deepening of faith would be lost. Instead, God allows life to move through seasons that gradually teach patience, humility, and trust. These qualities grow slowly, but once they settle inside the soul, they create a peaceful strength that remains steady through every future challenge. The story of your life carries moments that may have once seemed scattered and unrelated, yet when viewed through the gentle light of faith, those moments begin to connect in meaningful ways. Each experience added something valuable to your spirit, forming a deeper awareness of compassion and a stronger trust in God's presence. Even the struggles that once felt heavy were quietly shaping your ability to stand with grace and calmness. Heaven was preparing your heart to carry peace that could not be easily shaken. There were days when your prayers felt quiet and your hopes seemed delayed, yet those moments were not empty spaces in your journey. They were sacred pauses where God strengthened your spirit in ways that could not be rushed. During those pauses, your faith slowly developed roots that reached deeper than temporary circumstances. Just like a tree becomes strong by growing roots beneath the surface before its branches reach toward the sky, your spirit was becoming grounded in something lasting and beautiful. Chosen one, the gentle truth that God now reveals is not meant to overwhelm your heart, but to bring comfort and clarity. The patience you showed during uncertain times was not weakness, but a quiet strength that heaven values deeply. Every moment you chose kindness over bitterness and hope over discouragement added light to your spirit. Those small choices became seeds of grace that God carefully nurtured within your life. The love of Christ flows through the hearts of those who remain open to his guidance, and that love has been shaping your path from the very beginning. There is a peaceful wisdom that now rests within you, created by the experiences that once tested your faith. That wisdom allows you to see life differently, noticing beauty in simple moments and finding calm even when the world around you moves with confusion. If your heart feels touched by the quiet truth unfolding here, take a moment and type "yes" in the comments as a gentle affirmation that you recognize God's loving hand guiding your journey. This small act becomes a simple declaration that your faith remains alive and hopeful even as your story continues unfolding. The presence of Jesus often appears in subtle ways that the world may overlook. It may be felt through a sudden sense of peace during a difficult moment, or through the comforting thought that arrives just when your spirit needed reassurance. These moments are quiet reminders that God walks closely beside those who trust Him. His guidance may not always appear dramatic, but it carries a steady warmth that gradually fills the heart with calm understanding. Your journey has been shaped by many small acts of faith that seemed ordinary at the time, choosing patience when frustration appeared, offering kindness when others expected anger, and continuing to hope when circumstances seemed uncertain, were all moments where your spirit aligned with the love of Christ. Heaven sees these moments clearly and values them deeply because they reflect the true character of a heart guided by faith. Many people search endlessly for purpose in places that promise quick success or temporary excitement, yet real purpose grows quietly within hearts that remain faithful through changing seasons. The peace you now feel beginning to grow inside you is a sign that your life is aligning with something greater than simple achievements. It is aligning with the gentle plan God has always held for you. The teachings of Jesus remind us that true greatness often appears through humility and service rather than attention and praise. When a person chooses to live with compassion and patience, their life becomes a reflection of God's love in the world. That reflection may seem small at first, but its influence spreads farther than human eyes can measure. The journey ahead carries new understanding that will continue to unfold with calm clarity. You will begin noticing how certain doors open at the right time, how unexpected encouragement appears during difficult days, and how moments of peace arrive when your spirit needs reassurance. These are not random events but gentle signs of God's presence guiding your steps. What if wealth was never about chance, but about a hidden brain signal that stayed buried in classified records? This powerful frequency is now opening doors, attracting fresh opportunities, and transforming lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to bring prosperity into their lives in ways they never imagined possible. Click the link in the description and comments now, and turn on the money-attracting brainwave today. Chosen one, your story is still growing, and the next chapters will continue revealing how the love of Christ has been quietly working through every season you experienced. The lessons you learned, through patience and faith, will become a foundation that supports you during future opportunities and challenges. There is a quiet confidence that now begins forming within your heart, not based on pride or recognition, but on the calm knowledge that God is guiding your life. This confidence allows you to move forward with hope rather than fear, trusting that heaven sees the bigger picture even when certain details remain hidden for a time. If these words bring warmth and reassurance to your spirit, take a moment and type 1919 in the comments, as a small expression that you are ready to receive the blessings God has been preparing for your life. This simple declaration reflects your willingness to continue walking with faith and trust. The path ahead will not always appear perfectly clear, yet the presence of Jesus will remain beside you, just as it has throughout your journey so far. His guidance brings a calm assurance that every step taken with faith carries meaning and purpose. The quiet truth being revealed now is that your life was never ordinary in the eyes of heaven. Every moment of patience, every act of kindness, and every quiet prayer created a story that God continues to shape with care. The world may not always notice these things, but heaven treasures them deeply. As your journey continues, you will discover that the peace growing inside your heart becomes a source of comfort for others as well. The calm strength you develop through your own experiences will allow you to offer encouragement to those who feel lost or uncertain. Your story becomes a gentle reminder that God's love remains present even during the quietest seasons of life. Jesus often works in ways that remain unseen for a long time, guiding hearts through small moments that eventually grow into powerful understanding. The kindness you showed others, the patience you practiced during difficult days, and the hope you continued holding onto during uncertainty all became part of the quiet work God was doing in your life. These qualities formed a foundation inside your spirit that cannot be shaken easily. Heaven values this kind of growth more than anything the world can offer. There is a peaceful realization that begins to rise within you when you see how every season contributed something meaningful to your journey. The times of waiting helped you develop patience, while the moments of challenge taught you how to lean closer to God for strength. Even the quiet days that seemed ordinary were shaping your character in ways that prepared you for greater clarity and deeper peace. Nothing you experienced was ever wasted or forgotten. Chosen one, the truth that now unfolds is meant to bring calm, assurance rather than confusion. God has always been aware of the path you were walking, and His guidance has been present even during the times when you could not clearly see it. The love of Christ surrounds every faithful heart with gentle direction, slowly leading it toward understanding and purpose. There were moments when your spirit longed for answers that seemed delayed, yet those pauses carried important meaning. God allowed those pauses so your heart could grow stronger and wiser through reflection and patience. When answers arrive after seasons of waiting, they carry deeper meaning because the heart has become ready to receive them. Your journey has been like a quiet story unfolding chapter by chapter, each moment adding something valuable to the whole picture. Some chapters felt peaceful, while others carried lessons that seemed difficult at the time. Yet together they formed a path that strengthened your faith and opened your heart to the comforting presence of God. Jesus continues to guide those who trust Him with a calm and steady hand. His guidance often appears through simple moments that bring reassurance when you need it most. Sometimes it is a quiet sense of peace that fills your thoughts during a difficult day. Other times it is the sudden realization that a problem you feared has gently resolved itself. These small moments are reminders that God remains active in the lives of those who trust Him. His love works quietly but faithfully, guiding events and circumstances in ways that gradually lead toward greater peace. When a heart learns to recognize this gentle guidance, life begins to feel less uncertain and more hopeful. Chosen one, your life has been touched by this quiet guidance more often than you may have realized. Many situations that once felt confusing were actually moments where God was protecting you or redirecting your steps toward something better. What seemed like closed doors were sometimes acts of grace that prevented unnecessary hardship. The love of Christ carries wisdom that sees far beyond the present moment. God understands the future in ways that human understanding cannot reach, and His guidance often protects hearts from paths that would not bring lasting peace. Trusting this wisdom allows your spirit to move forward with calm confidence rather than fear. The strength growing within you is not loud or dramatic, yet it is powerful because it comes from faith that has been tested and refined. Your experiences have given you a deeper understanding of compassion and patience, allowing you to see life through eyes that appreciate kindness and hope. This quiet strength becomes a blessing not only for you, but also for those around you. When others encounter someone who carries calm faith during difficult times, they often feel encouraged to find their own hope again. Your story has the potential to inspire others simply because it reflects the gentle faithfulness of a heart that continues trusting God. The peace you carry may become a light that helps someone else find comfort during their own struggles. If your spirit feels strengthened by these truths, take a moment and type 1212 in the comments as a small declaration that you continue walking by faith and trusting God's loving direction in your life. Inside your mind is a small region connected to achievement and abundance, once concealed within restricted research and classified documents. This newly disclosed frequency is helping people replace financial pressure with calm and balance, and God has guided you to encounter this at just the right time. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brainwave now. The teachings of Jesus remind us that faith is not only about believing during easy moments, but also about trusting during seasons when the path feels unclear. The chosen soul often learns this lesson deeply, discovering that patience and trust open doors that force and worry could never open. Through faith, the heart becomes calm enough to recognize the quiet ways God provides guidance. There is a beautiful peace that begins to settle inside a person who learns to trust God completely. That peace does not depend on perfect circumstances or constant success. Instead, it grows from the steady assurance that God remains present in every moment, guiding the journey with wisdom and love. Chosen one, the peace forming within you is a sign that your faith has matured through experience. You have learned that life will always include changing seasons, yet God's presence remains constant through them all. This understanding brings comfort that stays even when situations around you shift unexpectedly. As the story of your life continues unfolding, new opportunities for growth and understanding will appear. These opportunities may arrive quietly, much like the earlier moments that shaped your journey. Recognizing them will allow your faith to grow even deeper, strengthening your connection with the love of Christ. The future chapters of your story hold promise because they will build upon the strength already formed within your heart. The patience you developed, the compassion you practiced, and the trust you maintained all become part of the path that continues ahead. God is gently guiding you forward with the same care He has always shown. If these words fill your heart with peace and hope, take a moment and type 2323 in the comments as a small expression that you agree with the truth that God has been faithfully guiding your journey all along. Chosen one, your story continues moving forward with quiet purpose and gentle hope. The presence of Jesus remains close beside you, reminding your heart that every step taken with faith carries meaning. Through His love, your life becomes a reflection of patience, kindness, and steady trust. Many people believe that purpose arrives through loud events or sudden recognition, yet the way of Christ is often gentle and steady. Jesus teaches hearts through experiences that slowly build wisdom, allowing understanding to grow naturally rather than appearing all at once. Your journey has followed this quiet rhythm, where each season carried a lesson that strengthened your faith and deepened your compassion. The love of God works patiently in the lives of those who remain open to His guidance. There were days when you wondered whether your efforts truly mattered, especially when results did not appear quickly. Heaven saw every moment when you continued moving forward despite uncertainty, and those moments became valuable parts of the life God was shaping within you.